Hey, what's up, YouTube, Loyal Fam Nation, man? It's Carter Breadwinner. I'm back at y'all with another video. You know what I'm saying? The Street Talk 101 with Carter Breadwinner. And I just want to talk to y'all about, some street situations that I've been through. And not just what I've been through, what some close people around me been through. Growing up in the city of Chicago on that south side, Englewood. You know what I'm saying? I'm born on the low end in Wentworth Gardens. They known as Murder Town now. And I grew up in D-Town. It's over there on 59th and Princeton, DTLR. I call it D-Town, I'm around, whatever you prefer to call it. You know what I'm saying? And we is a faction of the BDs, in Englewood. And me being a former gang member, a real stepper. I seen a lot. I done a lot. I'm not proud of it. Now that I'm older and I'm more wiser and way smarter, you know what I'm saying? I reflect on it, on everything, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't for me having my first child and my only child, I probably would have been still out there in Chicago banging and doing all type of criminal activity, you feel me? And I probably would have still have a lot of friends still alive to this day, And oh shit. And what can I say, man? My father died when I was 9, so, and then, I'm the youngest out of 5. My mama had 5 boys, 1 girl, and I'm the youngest. All my older brothers, they was GDs, they from Wentworth Gardens, Murder Town. Growing up under them and seeing everything they was doing, and my father been passed away when I was young, being a young man in the city of Chicago, without the proper fatherly guidance, 9 out of 10 you gonna turn to the streets, for a role model, for guidance, you know what I'm saying? And I was never no follower, but I always hung around the older guys. So I learned a lot, learned how to hustle being around the older guys. You know what I'm saying? Learned how to, spot fake friends from being around the older guys. I learned a lot of street skills, you know what I'm saying? And learning how to survive out there for being around the older crowd. I never was around the crowd that was around my age. They was always doing dumb shit. Robbing people, doing shit without telling somebody. People come back and shoot the block up, and we don't know what the fuck's going on or where it's coming from. Gotta violate people, motherfucker. I mean, it was so many violations getting passed out left and right. Niggas getting 6 minutes, no cover up on the wall, all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like that lifestyle, living on edge every day, not knowing if it's gonna be your time. You get a rush. And some guys fall in love with the action. They fall in love. It's like a drug. You know what I'm saying? People are addicted to the action, getting that rush. You feel me? And now that I'm older and I'm far removed from that life, not too far removed. You know what I'm saying? I can easily get back into that life because I got connections. I know people that's still out there. I know people that's really doing damn good. You know what I'm saying? But gangbanging was never about you wearing this color or that color, or you from this hood, or you know what I'm saying, and I'm from that hood, you ain't supposed to be over here. It was never about that in Chicago. See, the Chicago street gangs different from California. You know what I'm saying? And most of the street gangs in Chicago was built, it was a branch off from the Black Panther Party. Except the Black Disciples and the Gangster Disciples. You know what I'm saying? Growth and Development, whatever you want to call it. Black Gangster Disciple, BGD. You know what I'm saying? Was King David was starting businesses and all that. And he made Larry Hoover the chairman. And the GDs, when King David passed, the GDs adopted the 6-point star in honor of King David. That was Larry Hoover's idea. So now that the GDs and the BDs at war with each other, it's the new generation. You know what I'm saying? I say the second generation of gangbangers and the second generation of hustlers and pushers is what fucked it up. Because the first generation, it was unity. The only gang that the Black Gangster Disciple Nation, that's what I'm referring to it as, because, you know what I'm saying, it was always one love, but it just somehow, we lost our way along the path. The only gang organization they was really having problems with and really shootouts with was the Black Peace Stones. And that shit go back to the early '70s. You know what I'm saying? It was always gang wars and gun slanging towards the Black Peace Stones. You know what I'm saying? Back then, and I ain't gonna get into all the details. That's another video, and there's plenty of videos based on that on this YouTube platform. But I'm gonna get into about me and my people. You know what I'm saying? You know, growing up in D-Town, I learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? My friend T's got killed in front of me, and that's what made me. When that happened, that shit made me wake up. That was my wake up call. You know what I'm saying? And my son, mom she was like 4 months pregnant with my son. You know, and she was on the phone talking to me when gunshots had started to ring out when my friend Martise got killed. And he had nothing to do with the streets. He wasn't no gangbanger, you know what I'm saying? He was just over that. I mean, that's the neighborhood he from. So people came on the block shooting at me and some other people that was more involved. But Teese was on, well, it was spring break. I mean, he was going to college in New York. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy because, like, 5 minutes before he met his demise, I was trying to get him to come sit on our other friend Josh's porch because it was a lot of women. You know, they were sitting on the porch of the trap house, you know, entertaining a lot of girls over there on the porch with him and a few guys, and he was entertained. So he was like, "Nah, man, I'll catch up with you." Well, all right, okay. But this was one of the turning points in my life. You know what I'm saying? 95 minutes passed. All you heard was gunshots. I seen him run, but he fell. But I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought he dived in the ground, you know, ducked for cover. But when the gunshot stopped, I had spotted the guys that did the shooting. They was in a gangway, jogging back to the alley where a black car was parked. And I did what I had to do. And after I did what I had to do, you know, when the car skirted off, you know, shot at the windows, bullet holes all in the car, you know what I'm saying? I rushed back to check on my homie, and I turned his body over. In his hood, he had a Harley Davidson hoodie on. I never forget. When I turned his body over, he had smoke coming from his head, like smoke, laying in his own puddle of blood. His hoodie was filled up, full of blood, like you fill a cup up with water overflowing. That's how his hood was filled up with his blood. And I still had dreams about that shit to this day. You know what I'm saying? And that was my first time seeing someone get killed, but that was my first time that someone close to me went to someone that was close to me get murdered. And that's the thing, a lot of people don't understand the wars that's going on in Chicago. Like, a lot of us born in this shit. A lot of us that had somehow people grandparents was gang banging and got killed, and you know what I'm saying, and they offspring grow to get revenge, and our fathers and uncles and brothers been murdered, you know what I'm saying, by our enemies that's our enemies today. So a lot of us didn't have no choice. A lot of us guilty by where our mama raised us. You know what I'm saying? It ain't our fault that our mama raised us in this certain neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So we had no choice but to adapt. But I make this video, you know, to let guys know that now that I'm older and I'm smarter, the best decision I ever made in my life, was having my son and making my son the person I made it with. You know? That was my way out. And I never forget, you know, one of the older guys was on the block, man. He had a long talk with him. He was like, "Man, why you still out here, man?" He was like, "Man, you be back and forth from Minnesota, you know, so you got a child on the way. Why you still coming back to the block?" And I told him, like, I don't like to feel like I'm leaving my people hanging. He was like, "Man, fuck that, man. Get out while you can." And what he meant by get out while you can is before I get too deep. As far as something happened to me and I'm gonna retaliate and shit like that. But I'm thinking, like, in my head, like, these motherfuckers took my homie away. And not only that, a few of my homies passed that year. You know what I'm saying? Lil Mo got killed that year. You had Lil Durk mentioning Lil Mo, or rest in peace Lil Mo, in some of his songs, and you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. You know, I was real close to Lil Mo, you know. He was one of them guys that when you come around, you could be having a fucked up day, but he got his own way of brightening your day up and making you laugh. Like he liked to crack jokes and shit. You know what I'm saying? That was Lil Mo. You know, for real. Clean dude, man. He was a clean dude, ladies man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just some of the history on my background, and it goes back further than that, cause that happened in 2009, where when my homie got killed in front of me, and when Lil Mo got killed on 64th and Normal, and like shit, I've been around there since the 90s, man. You know, I was always in Murder Town, but on the weekends, you know what I'm saying, I used to go with my cousin them crib, and they stayed over there in D-Town / Lamron. And I grew up over there. And I never forget the day I almost lost my life. That's how I got this scar on my head. Like, this scar right here is a war wound. It's a battle scar. You know what I'm saying? Got hit in the head with a bat. You know, because I was out hustling. You know, it was an older guy that didn't know who I was, questioning me, you know, asked me what I am and all that. And I ain't take too kind of it. And I was 14 going on 15. And he was like 37 years old. Make a long story short, you know, I got tired of the guy questioning me and basically testing my nuts. So I put hands on him in front of everybody. And the other older guy was like, man, you let a teenager beat your ass? Because I was always a big dude. I was never tall, but I was always big. You know what I'm saying? Not fat, but I was always cocky. You know what I'm saying? Short and stocky. So a lot of people used to mistake me for being grown. You know? And I guess that hurt his pride. And he couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine being a OG, getting hands, letting a young nigga putting hands on you. You feel me? It hurt his pride. And I was still out there hustling. Well, where we went wrong at, you know, me and the homies was drinking, you know, and, you know, a hood fight had broke out. And we was, you know what I'm saying, drunk, fighting each other on that drunk shit. And that shit, one thing led to another. And, you know, the guys we was fighting had brought sticks and bats to the fight and shit because they got their ass whipped and they ain't like it. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't run, you know. We was like, shit, we ain't running no motherfucker. Well, we ain't no bitches. Hey. You know, I'm moving through the crowd, grooving, sticking and moving, punching niggas. And just my luck shot, I turned around, got hit in the head with a bat. And shit, fractured my skull in 5 different places. I still got crack bones in my forehead to this day. It's not open fractures, but it's fractured. And a lot of the young guys, man, they think that lifestyle is to be glorified. The lifestyle was never glorified. It come off that way because people is in it. You know what I'm saying? You can't live in fear. You got to embrace whatever environment that you in. That's how most people make it out of that environment. People that don't make it out of that type of environment, they live in fear. You know, you gotta be in a shark. You gotta be a shark when you in that ocean. You gotta be a lion when you're in that jungle. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a lion and tiger. You know, so you out there with the lions, tigers, and bears. So you gotta blend in, or you gonna get ate. And that was my mentality. But when I had moved to Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I met my son mom at. You know, when I moved to Minnesota, you know, it was a different environment. You know, I ain't have to be looking over my shoulder every minute, every second. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to bring that Chicago mentality here. And that was one of the best decisions I made in my life, man. Hey, sorry y'all, but YouTube won't let me post a long video that I had recorded. But this is part 1 of RAQ Street Talk 101. And I will be posting part 2 shortly. So just bear with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video to enter the win the free Expedition 2015 card giveaway. Yeah, show some support. One love.